Hi everybody, welcome back to Movie Related. Well, you might not be into animation, you might not be into cartoons, but there is one on Netflix that a lot of people really like, so we thought we should cover it. Arcane, based on League of Legends, an older video game.
But one of the most popular in the world.
Yeah, it was huge, and then some others took over, but it's still big. And I said to myself, I don't know nothing about these characters, I don't know nothing about the game, so why not watch it? So that's what we did, and we'll tell you about it right after this. So, yeah, did any of you know anything about League of Legends?
Nothing.
Other than it was a video game?
I didn't know. Well, I thought it was a series of books at first, and then Don had said something about it was a video game. I was like, oh, okay, well, great. Another game that they made from, or another movie they made from a video game. So I was not excited to watch this.
I knew what League of Legends was. I've seen it being played. I know what style of video game it is, but I have never played it. I don't know the characters.
Yeah, I've never played. I know the game, of course, obviously, because it was big, and I'm a gamer, but I never played. And I never got into those types of games. Mm-hmm. So, give us a little rundown. What's the series about? Okay,
it is an animation, and it focuses on the class dynamics between two groups in a city. You have the elite, which live in the upper city, and you have the underworld, which is all the, regular gritty people, and associated with crime and stuff like that. And what happens is you have the elite working on hex tech. And this is a way to bring magic back into the world. And you have the underground people, and they have this substance called shimmer, which some ne'er-do-wells use to become like monstrous freaks and strong and stuff like that. The story itself takes place between the relationship between two sisters. Mm-hmm. Let's get on with the discussion, because a lot of our discussion is going to tell a little bit of the story.
Okay. Well, like you said, it's two sisters. One is very strong-willed, like a leader.
Agile, quick.
Yeah, the other is the girl who wants to do well, but she gets scared.
Well, she's
very young.
7 years old, right?
Yeah.
So,
but she ends up doing more harm than good whenever she tries to help.
Yeah. They call it, she's cursed. They call it, she's a jinx.
Yeah.
And might as well just say it now. Her name is Powder, but because she is such a jinx, that becomes her name later on.
Yeah. They started nicknaming her Jinx. So.
And she is, they don't shy away from the rough stuff that happens.
No.
There is out-and-out brawls, heroes die in this, get captured, there's all that kind of stuff. It's not meant for little kids.
It's dark, it's gritty.
Yeah. As the story progresses, there's a falling out between the two sisters, they get separated, and one of the sisters ends up going with the villain in the story. And now we have the one girl who's, we would say, is the good guy, and one girl we would say is the bad guy now. And she's grown up more than when we first see her in the series.
And she's always had a little bit of a mental break.
Yeah.
And she hears voices, she sees things. She's basically a Harley Quinn clone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, only it does more damage than Harley Quinn. Yeah. Like, she just straight out goes in and wipes people out.
Well, I mean, when she was young, she had these little, I guess you could call them like homemade grenades that she would try to make, and they would always fail. They would never work. But then I guess she perfected that as she got older, and now she's really good at making these things. And so she causes big explosions and
yeah,
that sort of
she
stuff.
becomes the #1 henchman for the bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And perhaps even stronger and faster and better than her sister is.
Perhaps. So, without giving too much away, because I want people who haven't seen it, I want them to watch it. Did you enjoy the series?
Okay. Going into it, like I said, I wasn't excited. I didn't want to see it. but I knew you guys were pushing me to watch it. So I put it on. Within the first 5 minutes, I was hooked. Like, first 5 minutes of watching it, I was like, holy smokes. In fact, the first couple of shots, I was thinking to myself, I thought they said this was animation. And then we saw the characters, and I was like, it is animation.
Yeah, the animation is really neat. It's a stylized, it's 3D models.
It's steampunk a little bit.
Oh, the aesthetic is steampunk, but the characters are 3D animation, and everything in the background is 2D painting animation. And you could really tell because sometimes you'll have something that looks super realistic, and then there will be smoke, and the smoke looks like 2D pastel,
Right.
and it's a really neat style. And I think anybody who watches it will say, "Wow, this is incredible."
Yeah. I immediately got absorbed. And I was like, and these are like characters I don't know, characters I've never heard of, I don't know what it's about, but I was starving to find out. So I binged it, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those things that they're long episodes, but because you're so immersed, they seem short.
Yeah, I was genuinely upset after the last episode because there was no more.
Like, he cried in the fetal position.
But I do that daily.
Yeah. Now, Netflix did a really interesting maneuver. They didn't just do this weekly. They didn't drop it all at once. They did 3 episodes and 3 episodes, which is a weird
Way to do it.
strategy for dropping out. And it worked because it was completely took over. Everyone couldn't wait for that second week to come out. So
It gave you a nice chunk to get you invested in the series, and then it wasn't just one episode came out. Oh, I get to binge 3 more episodes. Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to have that anticipation. I was late to the party, but I got to binge the whole thing at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I'm looking forward to more.
What I liked about the series is that nobody's a good guy. And nobody's a bad guy. Well, maybe except the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
He's pretty bad.
Everybody kind of walks the line in this gray area. Like, they seem to want to do good, but they're making realistic choices that I have to do this because it seems good, but it's really not so good. The good guys in the upper city that you think are...
Like actual politicians.
Yeah, they're the people of the light, and they're against the criminal underworld. Well, now we're discovering that
they're profiteering, they're doing all this other stuff.
They have little deals that they've made with people.
There's corruption creeping in even to the good guy.
Yeah.
And so that's what I like. The bad guys are somewhat good, and the good guys are somewhat bad.
Everybody's got a price.
Yeah, and even the guy who you think is going to be the hero politician and everything, who's moving up the ranks, you see him, well, we can't do this, so we lock down this, and then we can't do the lock down the city, and you can see where he's overbearingly putting pressure on the citizens again because it's for the good.
I think
it's for the good of everybody.
I think we can all relate.
Yeah. It did actually hit home a little bit when you see that kind of stuff with what we see nowadays with lockdowns and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like the series. Like Mark said, it hooked me right away. I'm the one who recommended it to you guys. And I think I did a good job of recommending that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't trust you. I didn't want to see it.
Normally, video game TV shows or movies are just
cringe.
Pathetic. This one is like they created a really good show that just happens to be based on a video game.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what World of Warcraft should have done 10 years ago.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad they didn't call it League of Legends. Because it might have turned a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Especially if you're the person who plays one of the rival games that are that type. Well, I'm not going to watch League of Legends. I'm going to watch one when they make it about this. Overwatch or something. But nope. They did a good job. What do you give it? Out of 10.
I'll give it a 9.
I was actually thinking 9 as well.
There you go. 9s across the board.
9 flaming pickles.
This is an animation of a generation.
Yeah. If you like animation at all,
and even if you
give
don't,
it a watch. Give it a try. Give one episode a try. See if you get hooked.
Like, the animation was really realistic. I would say that if it doesn't sound like, oh, it's a cartoon, it's not a cartoon. It's not Like it's an animation, but it's not what you think.
Yeah. This is a darker, really good Disney story without the songs.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Like, it's that quality.
Yeah, it is definitely good quality.
You know, if you like Disney animated movies, Lion King and Aladdin and that, take the songs out of it, make it a little darker, this is it. So give it a try. Arcane on Netflix now.
So, we don't give 9s very often.
I don't remember a time where all three of us agreed on something that strongly. So there you go. Arcane, based on League of Legends. We give it 9s. Check it out. Let us know in the comments down below what you think about it. Or are you just not going to watch an animated film? Let us know. Until next time, we'll see you on the channel.